recognized for performing one of the most successful open heart surgeries in the United States.
Dr. Daniel Hill Williams was the first person to successfully operate on the human heart. He is the father of black surgery. His medical innovation in heart surgery in 1893 paved the way for modern advances and techniques currently used by surgeons worldwide. However, in many modern medical history books, his name and his accomplishments are missing. Dr. Williams succeeded during an era when many whites, and even some blacks, didn't believe a hospital serving the needs of black people was needed. Against tremendous obstacles, his determination and talent established the foundation for quality black medical care to move forward on. For years, operations on the human heart were not performed by doctors because of the great risk to a person's life. That was until 1893, when a black doctor made medical history by performing the first successful operation on the human heart.
Dr. Hill Williams back in 1893 had performed a first cardiac operation in the United States and possibly in the world as far as America is sure.
Daniel Williams was born January 18, 1856 in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. He was the fifth child of Sarah Price Williams and Daniel Williams, Jr. His father was a barber and owned real estate, which made it possible to provide his family a comfortable middle-class lifestyle. During Daniel's childhood, his father was very active in the struggle for black rights and traveled heavily for a major civil rights group named the National Equal Rights League. When Dan was 11, his father got sick on one of his many trips and later died from consumption, now known as tuberculosis. His mother fought to keep the family from splitting, but without the financial help from her husband, she had to send her children to live with friends and relatives in different parts of the country. After a short time in Baltimore, Daniel moved to Janesville, Wisconsin with his sister, Sally. He learned how to cut hair from his father and used his skill to find a job as a barber. At the age of 17, Williams had to work to support himself, and this made it hard for him to return to school.
Dr. Daniel Hill Williams was an African-American physician who made history by performing the first successful open heart surgery operation. Williams was born to a mixed-race family in Pennsylvania. His father, a white man, was married to a free black woman and was an active abolitionist who died when he was 11. Dr. Daniel Hill Williams graduated with his medical degree in 1883. He was one of only 4 African-American doctors in the Chicago area. Dr. Williams observed that African-American patients were routinely subject to second-class medical care. Also, opportunities for most blacks were extremely limited, and it was difficult for African-Americans to gain admission to medical and nursing schools because of institutional racism. This prompted Dr. Williams to launch a new venture, the first African-American-owned hospital in the United States. He also opened the first nursing school for African-Americans. In 1893, a young man named James Cornish was rushed to Providence Hospital with a stab wound to the chest. Dr. Williams made the decision to open Cornish's chest and see what could be done before he bled to death internally. Dr. Williams was able to sew up tears in the tissue around the heart and stop the bleeding. Newspaper headlines reported, "Sewed up his heart. Remarkable operation on a colored man." Cornish lived another 20 years. His was the first successful open heart surgery ever performed. After he encouraged African American leaders to open hospitals in other cities where African Americans would receive first-rate care. He received numerous honors and was the first black physician named as a fellow in the American College of Surgeons.